$10 million every single year, insane offer and conversion rate optimization strategy. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down how this brand that does $10 million every single year of space goods is acquiring new customers efficiently from meta ads and is able to scale their ad spend consistently through the offer structure and conversion optimization principles that I'm going to share with you in today's video. I'm going to show you how you can apply everything to your own brand. So let's get right into it. First thing before we dive in, just a quick refresh on the dashboard to show you guys I'm qualified to speak on the topic of growing e-commerce brands. You can trust the information I'm going to share with you today. So for clients, last 12 months, $9 million in revenue. We help e-commerce brands scale to 8 figures. So if that's something you're interested in, there's a link below this video. You can check it out. But let's get straight into it. So if you run an e-commerce brand, you know that across the funnel, there's a lot of bottlenecks that you need to break through in order to acquire new customers efficiently and be able to scale. One of those bottlenecks is average order value. Another one is conversion rate. And those are the two metrics that we're going to focus on in today's video. We're not going to go deep into the ad creatives. If that's something you want me to do, then let me know by commenting down below, and happy to create another video going through the ad creative strategy, because this brand is also crushing it when it comes to ad creative. So the first thing I want to show you is the product page, because the product page is where they're driving most of the traffic to. And there's a lot of elements on this product page, and it shows that if you have a high converting product page that has a good enough AOV to allow you to acquire new customers efficiently, that can do the heavy lifting for you. So the first thing I want to show you here is the offer structure. Now, this offer structure is a subscription only, right? It's not like a one-time and subscribe, it's subscription only. And you can choose whether you want the starter kit or whether you just want the rainbow dust, right? Just the product. The starter kit is like a pre-built bundle. And I've actually gone through different offers on my channel before. One of these concepts is called layering offers. It's where you basically take different types of offers. So maybe it's a quantity break offer, maybe it's a pre-built bundle, and you layer them together. And what that does is it increases the effectiveness and the strength of the offer. Okay, and this brand does an excellent job of doing that. But not only doing that, but also the way they present it, right? Because a lot of times with these offers, they can get very confusing for the customer. So the hard part is not only structuring the offer, but it's also about presenting it in a way that makes sense and is not confusing. So as you can see here with the starter kit bundle, they get free accessories. They show the serving price immediately, which is very, very important. Every time we look at a quantity break offer, we always show the serving price. This one from here, this example from Javi, which is very similar to this rainbow dust one because of the free gifts and the similar nature of product. You can see that they show the per unit price of the bottles, right? $15.95 each, $17.95 each. And basically what this does for the customer is it breaks it down into a very low cost amount per serving or per bottle, okay? And you can see it's $29 per bundle or $24 per bag. So the way the offer is structured is that first of all, you choose your flavor, right? If you have multiple variants, flavors, sizes, colors, whatever it is, designs, then you know that displaying these on the page is very important to help the customer navigate and choose what they want, okay? Now we have the quantity break. The quantity break is basically the more you buy, the more you save. So the more bags you buy, the more you save, right? You buy one, we save £62, buy two, save 100, buy three, save 153. And we're getting all these free gifts with our order as well. Notice how we get more free mugs as we buy more bags, right? This is the reason why I say it's also very similar to Javi, because the more bottles you buy, then kind of the gifts unlock, right? If I only buy one bottle, I get one free gift. If I buy 2 bottles, I only get one free gift. 3 bottles unlocks 3 free gifts, and 4 free gifts, okay? By the way, if you're a new viewer here, my name is Jordan Hayes. I actually run a marketing agency where we help e-commerce brands scale their revenue profitably. Now, if you're running an e-commerce brand, you're doing over 100K per month in revenue, and you're facing challenges with scale, maybe your ads or your funnel is not working as well as it used to or should be, or even if it's just a lack of time and resource to put into scaling this part of the business, then that's exactly what we help with. So down below this video, there'll be a link to book a call with me. We'll have a conversation about your business, learn more about the challenges, your objectives, and see if there's a fit for us to work together. Worst case scenario, I can provide some insights as we're seeing with our other clients to help you in your current stage of your business. And as I mentioned, this is for brands who are doing at least 100K per month in revenue, and they need help with scaling and obviously want to scale profitably. And in the way in which we help brands scale is we provide services across both customer acquisition and customer retention, done for you services which are completely hands-off. We take care of everything for you. And that includes media buying, CRO, landing pages, ad creative, email marketing, SMS marketing, overall growth strategy, lifetime value optimization, all that stuff, okay? So with that said, let's get back to the video. So very, very similar in terms of the structure and the layout, and this is proven to work. So if you have a product where you can build something like this, where you can add in some gifts that make sense to the product, but are high value but don't cost you a lot, then that's a great option to build kind of a starter pack. And this is an amazing offer for new customers, right? New customers coming to the brand, their first order, getting the starter kit bundle is great because the perceived value of this first offer is higher. And if you get them to buy 2 bags or more, that AOV starts to ramp up pretty quickly, okay? Same thing here with Javi. This is like for new customers where, they're pushing people to buy more bottles, and in doing so, the average order value is climbing. Now, if we look at another one of the products from Space Goods, you can see that the product page, the layout, the offer structure is exactly the same, right? The only difference is that they don't have all the flavors on this product yet, but they have the same structure where you can get the starter kit bundle or just Astro Dust alone, and you buy more, you save more, right? You get the free gifts. So I want to identify some key conversion optimization principles that are happening on this page. So these kind of promises down here where it's free shipping, never run out of products, skip cancel anytime, 67% off. What these do is they just reinforce the offer itself to get customers over the line to make that purchasing decision and add the bag, right? In stock, ready to ship, and delivered on Friday, 23rd of May. So you ideally want to provide a expectation of when the product is going to be delivered. Think about how Amazon does this and how it works super well. Even if you just say, maybe not the delivery date, but when it's going to be shipped by, right? Shipped within 24 hours, it's still good enough. It's not as strong as telling them the exact date it's going to be shipping, it's going to be delivered, but it's still strong enough, right? Now, under here, we have no risk 60-day money-back guarantee, right? Just other small details. And then if the customer wants to know more information about the product, they have product details down here, all this stuff organized in easy-to-consume accordions, very well organized. And they have this upsell here on the page as well, where we can upgrade a day and night starter kit and save. So that's an upsell right here on the page where customers can add both, and in doing so, it's going to increase the average order value. So as I said earlier, when it comes to scaling, average order value and conversion rate are usually two big bottlenecks that you need to break through. And if you just look at this diagram here, basically, I have scaling potential and average order value. The higher you can raise your average order value, the higher your scaling potential becomes, because you hit a ceiling and then you break through to the next ceiling by increasing AOV, but also by increasing conversion rate, right? Both of those metrics really are, they play in balance. You need to be looking at those together because you can have a low AOV but a really high conversion rate, and that helps offset that, and vice versa. We've seen that happen. Usually, as a rule, your average order value multiplied by your conversion rate, just removing the percentage sign, should be higher than 250. And that's kind of like a benchmark that you should be aiming towards. If it's lower than that, you know that there's work to do to increase that. And even if you're above 250, you can still see how you can squeeze out more from that to, just again, to increase and break through the ceiling so that your scaling potential increases. And we've also seen here in terms of like new customer acquisition growth levers, one of these is average order value and conversion rate being above 250, as we just mentioned. And the way to increase that is offer structure, pricing, landing pages here on the website, which, a lot of that we've gone through already. Now, in terms of landing pages, this brand is also using landing pages. The majority of their ads are going to the product page, but they're also sending traffic to this landing page as well, which is a simple listicle. Now, we've gone through this on my channel before when we talk about landing page structures, one of these being a listicle. And this one has the headline, I started drinking space goods after just before bed. Here are 7 reasons why I don't plan on stopping. Then it's written by an author and it's last updated. So it looks like an article that's coming from like an editorial piece, but still on brand. And then what follows is a classic listicle format where we introduce each of the reasons one after the other, and we show images side by side. This one also has a call to action pretty high up the page, which is interesting because usually this comes further down. However, this brand might be seeing a higher click-through rate by pushing this higher up the page, because when you look at your heat maps and your session recordings and data from landing pages, you might find that most people don't actually get to the bottom of the page, okay? So it's important that you might want to test having some CTAs further up the page to increase click-through rate from this page to the offer page, or in this case, this brand is sending traffic to the product page that we just saw. Now, additional things when creating listicles, you want to have social proof. So this brand has a featured review carousel, but they also have, the thousands of 5-star reviews that come after it, and the customers can read through more and more of these before they make a decision to click through to the next page. And of course, this is important to increase social proof, but also to add trust as well. And another thing I wanted to highlight here, just on this offer structure and page, is that there's no one size fits all to this kind of offer structure, right? We've seen other examples from this brand, Love Wellness, where they have the quantity break offer, the 1 month, the 3 month, the 6 months, right? Buy 1, buy 3, buy 6, but also the subscribe and save in one time. It's laid out in a little bit different manner. And this brand does something very similar with their subscribe and save offer, just having a bundle and Rainbow Dust a standalone product. But you can still see it's buy 1, buy 2, buy 3, okay? So you don't always have to do buy 1, buy 3, buy 6. Of course, if you can get customers to buy more, 3 being the middle option is going to increase average order value, so you can play around with those. Basically, what you need to be doing is playing around with the quantities, playing around with the pricing, the savings, just making sure that the unit economics for you work on the back end, and you can actually support customer acquisition for that offer once you see the take rate of the different quantities of the offer, okay? So as an action step from this video, what I would suggest is looking at both, this page from Love Wellness, looking at this bundle builder from Jabby, but also this main space goods page that we went through today, and just understanding what you can apply to your own brand, right? Maybe it's a complete offer overhaul, right, that you might want to test. Maybe it's just elements of this that you want to take and apply to your own brand. It could be the price per serving, the price per bottle, the price per unit, the price per day. It could be the way that the variants are laid out for the quantities, right? It might be adding free gifts to create a bundle, which increases perceived value, and maybe you can charge a little bit more for that. So ideally you want to start by testing one thing. And the last thing I want to leave you with is the cart, right? The cart is very optimized, and in this side cart is a perfect way for you to increase average order value by adding some additional cross sells as well. So we can see here in this cart, what this brand has done is they have the main product here. They've said you qualify for free shipping, but then you have this add to your order, right? And it's very easy for me to add some more products that are only at £24, £9, £14, right? It's very easy for me to just like one click add these to my order. And what that's doing is it's increasing average order value. Another thing you can do with this progress bar at the top is you can make it more gamified, meaning you could have multiple steps and multiple unlocks where the first one is free shipping, but the next one is maybe a free gift or maybe something else. And what that can do is it can encourage more customers to add these upsells to their order. And you can see here, as we added this cream of dust one time, it's offering us to upgrade to a subscribe and save offer within the cart itself, which I think is very smart, and apps like Rebuy can help you do this. And then if you just look at the bottom section right here, notice how this is sticky, right? It's always showing regardless of where we scroll to and what's visible above. And this is important because you always want the secure checkout button to show so that customers anytime they can just click to go to checkout and they don't have to scroll and try to find it. It's important to show the savings and the correct price in the cart, and also to have this urgency play, which is we're only reserving your order for this number of minutes due to high demand. Okay, so that's going to encourage the click-through rate to checkout right here. And then if you're on Shopify Plus, you can make some customizations to the checkout where you can add in some of the reviews and then just repeat some of the perks here, such as easy refunds and returns, over 150,000 customers, safe and effective, this is tasting, and then more reviews, okay? And we can see how this is all consistent throughout, right? Same button colors, same styling, same branding, and it creates a cohesive look and feel to the brand. And small things like this do help with conversion rate, okay? So that's all for today's video. Hopefully this was valuable in terms of breaking down an offer structure, but also the conversion rate principles that go behind that offer structure and the page itself, so that you can increase your conversion rate, convert more cold traffic into customers, and start increasing your ad spend. If you are interested in having a partner do all of this for you, handling your paid ads, your ad creative, your media buying, your conversion optimization, your email marketing, then there's a link below this video to book a call with me. We'll have a chat about your business, understand the current challenges, understand where we can come in and help. If there's a fit for us to work together, we'll let you know and we'll proceed with next steps. If not, we'll let you know up front and we'll give you some insights you can apply to your own brand today, okay? So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.